Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. So today's video, as you will be able to tell from the title, is just going to be chatting about the Louis Vuitton Speedy bag. I know this is probably one of the most popular handbags in the world, and I know it's kind of something that a lot of people will be like, oh, that's done, it's gone. But honestly, like, so many people are still wanting these bags, so I thought it would be nice to do a sort of review from my sort of thoughts and opinions, and obviously I'll be able to talk you through the pros of the bag, the cons of the bag, and just generally like things that I like and don't like about it. So if you are thinking of purchasing one, just keep on watching, and yeah, let's get straight into this. So I'm literally going to show you, so this is exactly how the Speedy will come if you were to purchase it. So it'll come in one of the Louis Vuitton dust bags, and as you can see, it literally comes packed flat. If you then just open it up, inside it will be packed like this. So yeah, completely flat, and then all you need to do is just sort of pop it into shape. So I think I'm just going to start off by showing you generally around the handbag itself. So this is the bag that I have here. So once it's all popped out and into its structure, you can see this is exactly what the shape is like. So it's very, very classic. It's a lovely, lovely shape, and I do honestly really like the look of it. Aesthetically, it's really pleasing. It is very neat and a very sort of basic handbag. So this is in the size 30, if you are wondering. I think this is probably the most popular size in the Speedy handbag, just because you can fit so much in this and it's not going to be like huge, where I think if you go down to the 25 it is a little bit small, but then equally the 35 and 40 are a lot bigger, well, especially the 40, and it's starting to border on almost like an overnight bag. So for me the 30 was the perfect size. So the bag itself, obviously it is not a leather handbag. Like, I'm just going to point that out, because a lot of people that maybe aren't into designer and luxury handbags, they might go to this bag as their sort of first sort of big purchase, and they don't realise that the whole bag is actually coated canvas. So that is something to definitely bear in mind, but I'm going to talk a bit about that later on in the pros and cons. But in general, yeah, so you have the whole of the bag. It's obviously just got the two top handles. It has the little leather fob which says the name, and then on this side it has the leather fob that attaches to the zipper, and obviously this bit here, so you can attach it together with a padlock that comes with it if you wish. So yeah, it simply just zips straight across the top, and if you go for the white version like I have, the inside is canvas. It's a cream canvas, so again it's something to be aware of. It then literally just has this one pocket which just opens like so. It's not zipped or anything, so I guess you can store some little things in there, and on the other side it does have this little gold loop, so you can pop your keys on if you want to. But literally that is it. It's a very, very basic bag. Overall it is a really nice shape, and I love this colour. It's actually cream, and then the check on this is actually like it's almost like a bluey purple colour, but this is obviously what it comes out like, and it looks more grey, obviously against the cream check. But yeah, I absolutely love these. As you can see, my handles have went slightly darker. When you first get this, it's literally like white, but obviously with use they do sort of, I think it's called patina, the leather. But yeah, this is how it's looking now, but it's in almost immaculate condition. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with the pros of this bag. So I think this bag is beautiful. It's really lovely, and to be honest, this white colour, although a lot of people would be like, oh, a white bag, like, I'm a bit unsure. I do agree I would probably never buy a fully white bag. However, because it does have the tan leather accents and it is the checked pattern, I do really like this one. And I find in the summer it's a bag which I can just grab and go, and it's going to go with literally everything, as long as I'm not wearing like loads of crazy prints. But yeah, I really do like it for that reason. I think one of my biggest pros of the bag is the fact it is so lightweight. I mean, this bag probably only weighs about 300 grams. It is honestly like so light, so if you're not actually carrying around that much stuff, you can barely even notice the weight. But equally, even if you pack it full with stuff, you don't have the additional weight of a really heavy bag. For example, like the Mulberry Bayswater is a really heavy bag. Like, I think that's like 1.5 kilos maybe. So it's like a heavy bag to start with, and then when you fill it, it becomes an absolute ton. So for me, that is a really big bonus of this handbag. Yeah, that's probably my favourite thing about it. Another thing which I really love about it is the fact it is just a really good shape, and you can get into it really easily. You're not like faffing about with weird locks or turns or anything like that. It's just a zip, and inside it's just one big compartment, so everything you want is just going to fit straight in there. It's really accessible, and you know, that for me is a really good thing if you like to carry around lots of bits and kind of just put them all in one compartment, rather than being one of those bags where it's got a little zip here, a little zip here, a middle section here. It's just one big compartment, which I personally really like. So yeah, that's another good pro for me. Another pro of this bag, if you are thinking of investing in one, it is a classic model from Louis Vuitton. Louis Vuitton do not offer any sales. They don't go into sale ever. They don't do outlet stores, anything like that. The only way you're going to get discount on Louis Vuitton is if you actually probably go to an airport. So for example, if you fly out of T5 at Heathrow and you're going outside of Europe, you will get the tax and duty off this. So maybe that's something to consider if you are a frequent traveller. So yeah, but on that point, it means if you do purchase one of these bags and keep it in a nice or reasonably nice condition, you're going to be able to sell this and at least make probably half of your money back. So if you're someone that sort of likes things but then doesn't want to keep it for a really long time, you can probably sell it in a couple of years time and you're not going to lose too much money. So that's also a really good thing to consider when you are buying a bag or like a more luxury expensive handbag. Ooh, another great pro for this bag is actually the security. So obviously it just has the one zip across, so as long as that's shut, I mean, you are good. There's no like weird sort of compartments, and the fact it is a top handle, so you're probably going to be carrying it like so, or maybe on the crook of your arm. It means that nobody has any chance of sort of zipping across your hands. So just make sure you've got it shut, and the security of this bag is great. And obviously if for some reason you want to be extra secure, obviously you do have the padlock, but for me that is just, nah, it's just not a thing. I just find it too much hassle to get in and out of. Okay, so I'm not sure about this next point. I guess it's kind of a pro and a con, so I'll sort of start with this and lead into my cons. So that would be the material of the actual handbag. This handbag is pretty much 90% coated canvas. The only leather parts of the handbag are the handles and these little fobs, so basically any of the tan that you see is leather. However, the rest of the handbag is a coated canvas material. And I say this is a pro and a con for a few reasons. So I'd say that's a pro because it means it's quite durable. If I sort of scratch the surface of it, it's not going to scratch. It's a nice surface where, you know, if a drink gets spilled on it, you're just going to be able to wipe it away. It's not going to stain, things like that. However, on the other side of the argument, because it is coated canvas, it can crack quite easily. If you look at these bags secondhand, if you're going to buy one, you'll see a lot where it's sort of the material sort of went into a shape and over time it's cracked, which obviously does not look good. And once it's cracked, you're through to canvas, and then that's just really not that good. So I think from that perspective, it can be a really sort of, I don't know, it's hit and miss. I'm always really conscious of where I'm taking this. I'm not going to bash it around or anything. I know it's a light coloured bag. I know it's quite a fine material. It's not thick like leather, so you know, something could easily like cut it or cut through it. So you've got to be really aware of that. But obviously, like I said, on the other side, unlike leather, you're going to be able to wipe things off of this and keep it in a cleaner condition, and things aren't going to sort of run into the material. Saying that though, you can obviously still stain this if you have something that is really pigmented. And I'd say the biggest con of that is literally the price. Like, for the money that you're paying for these handbags, it is so much money. You are literally just paying for the name. Like, I'm not gonna lie, that is what you pay for with majority of designer bags, whether they're leather or not. There's only so expensive a material can be before you're just paying for the branding and the name. In terms of that, for the price, these bags go up every single year. I imagine this handbag now might be like £800 or something, which is just crazy. I haven't actually checked the updated price for 2019, but I will obviously link it down below. And on that note, I actually picked this handbag up second hand. It was second hand in new condition. It came in the box with the receipt. It'd only been bought earlier that year and was just unwanted and unused. So that was really fortunate. So if you can pick one up like that and save a good few £100, that's a really good thing to do. I picked this up off a website that I absolutely love. I look on it every single day and check what stock they have. It's called Naughty Pigeon's Nest, which is a really weird name, but I will link it down below. It's run by a lovely lovely, lovely lady, and she updates it daily with new products, and it's a really lovely and good service. So yeah, I'll pop that down below, and if there is something you're looking for in terms of designer luxury handbags, purses, scarves, I definitely recommend it if you're not wanting to pay full price. But yeah, back to that, I think it is one bag where you can definitely get away with buying it secondhand. I don't really see the need to buy a new one, especially when you can get them in such good condition and save yourself a good few £100. It's definitely worth it. So another con of this bag, I would definitely say, is the fact it has no feet on the bottom. So the way you can always tell one main thing, a Louis Vuitton is just one bit of leather that goes like this, so it wraps all the way around. So that's why on one side the Louis Vuitton will actually be printed upside down, but that is correct. That is not a fake Louis Vuitton. It should be like that. And obviously to that, it doesn't have any feet. Why? I mean, why would you spend hundreds of pounds? Why would you make a bag so expensive that has no feet? Oh, it really actually annoys me. So yeah, I would say that's a massive con for this bag. I'm always so conscious when I'm putting it down anywhere. I'm like, oh, this, especially in this light colour, because I'm just putting this onto any surface. I just feel that's a massive con, and I think Louis Vuitton should really consider putting some feet on their handbags. And probably the final con of this bag is the fact the inside is just canvas. Like, I just don't like that either. So obviously, like I showed you before, the inside of this handbag is cream. So literally, if you're gonna spill even, you know, I take really good care of my handbags. I always have, and I always will do, but like, it's not always your fault. Like, if I have a lipstick and the lid pops off, or a lip liner, or a pen starts to suddenly leak, like, unfortunately, that will absolutely ruin the inside of your bag. If you go for the dark check, the dark e-bean, that is a dark interior. I think it's red. I personally, when I take this bag out, I keep everything within makeup bags. So my cosmetics in a makeup bag. I'll have a separate makeup bag that will have pens and plasters or sweets or anything else that I'm carrying, so basically nothing is going to leak out directly onto the handbag itself. So yeah, that's another thing to massively be aware of when you are purchasing this bag. And as it says in the title, one of the main things is this Speedy going to go out of fashion? Is it already out of fashion? I mean, I think it's a really hard question to answer from a fashion world perspective. However, what I always say and what I'm totally about is, you know, if you love a handbag, it doesn't matter whether it's in fashion or not. Like, if you love this handbag and you want to purchase it and you want to save up and grab one, then I totally think you should. Like, that is what I personally think bags and buying high-end things are about. It's about really loving something and loving the design and thinking you're going to get loads of enjoyment out of wearing this handbag. And obviously it's always super special when you save up and make a big purchase and you're going to really enjoy and love carrying this handbag. And for me, that's what it was. I mean, I purchased this in my first year of uni, so I did have a bit of help from my student loan, but I had been saving up the money. I got it second-hand. I've been searching for a really long time, and I didn't buy one until I found a good second-hand one that was gonna A, like, save me some money, and B, obviously, like, it's still in a good condition. And that's honestly what I would say. I think if you love this design, I think it's a good bag from that perspective. It's a classic, you can resell these, and to be honest, I don't see these going out of fashion anytime soon. They've already been around for years and years, so why would they suddenly just disappear now? And the fact they go up in price every single year, or maybe even twice a year, you know you're not going to be buying a bag that you're suddenly never going to be able to sell. And on that note, one thing I would recommend, if you are buying this bag from Louis Vuitton new, a lot of people get these monogrammed. So they often get the monogram just here. You can get your initials in like gold foil stamped on here. I would personally refrain myself from doing that, just because when you do see these on the internet and they are secondhand, they're losing hundreds of pounds worth of resale because they are monogrammed. So do always think ahead and think about, if you are going to sell this bag, then do not get it monogrammed. I mean, if you're never ever going to sell this, or you're just maybe going to pass it down to someone in your family and you're going to really use it till it's basically unsellable anyways, then obviously go ahead. A nice personal touch is always going to be really nice, but that's just another thing to bear in mind. So guys, that is the end of today's video. I really hope some of you found this useful. This was just obviously me talking through my experiences with the bag and how I feel about it and everything like that. So obviously if you do have any questions about the Speedy, please let me know. And of course I will get back to you, and I just hope this is useful for some people out there who are maybe thinking of investing in such a bag like this, and it's answered a few of them questions. So I look forward to seeing everybody next week. Bye!